Let's tap in with Olly right now to just give us a sense of what is happening on the ground. Let's kick things off in the UK, where South Africa's biggest voting station abroad has opened its doors in London. About 24,000 expatriates are registered to cast their ballots there. And this is about 30% of 78,000 South Africans expected to vote across the 111 of the country's missions around the world. Let's get the details of how things are going from our correspondent, Olly Barratt, who joins me live now. Olly, welcome. Thank you so much. Good morning once again. South Africans living in the UK will be casting their votes 18 and 19 May, of course, at the South African High Commission in the UK, where you are. So what is the mood right now? Paint a picture for us on the ground.
The mood, I think, is one of celebration in many ways. A lot of South Africans getting together here at the High Commission. Large queues already. This bit of the queue, by the way, behind me, is actually the back of the queue. It's already snaking around the entire High Commission. Hundreds of people here already. Street cleaners out as well, which is the noise to one side of the camera too, because it's only just gone 7 o'clock in the morning here in London. The polls have just opened, but hundreds and hundreds of people here at the open of polling because they want to cast their ballot. The people at the very front of the queue I spoke to had been here since about 5 a.m. They'd come from Shrewsbury, several hours away from London. They're making a whole weekend of it. They say they stayed overnight. They got here very early in the morning to be first in the queue to cast their votes. There are a lot of Springbok rugby shirts, as you can imagine, a lot of South African flags being waved here, and a lot of officials on hand as well to deal with what is, as you say, the biggest South African voting station in this election. We're told by officials here inside or indeed outside South Africa.
Tell me about the hours that have been extended, Olly. So the polls opened bright and early. How much longer will they be open?
That's right. So 7 a.m., which is basically now, until 9 p.m. local time, today, Saturday, and tomorrow, Sunday. Now, the reason we've got Saturday and Sunday here in London is because there are so many voters. They've effectively extended the time of voting here to accommodate the large amount of people who've registered to vote, which is nearly 25,000 people. Now, back in 2019, there was a registration of around 11,000 people and a turnout of around 63 or 64% from the numbers of people who'd registered. They believe this time around, officials, that turnout could be bigger. And of course, you've got that very large number, much bigger number of people who've registered in the first place. So they put on 2 days of voting from 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. local time on both days. And officials are also saying that if you are in the queue at 9 p.m., you will get to vote, even if you still haven't cast your ballot at that time. So it could even go beyond 9 p.m. Today and tomorrow.
Speaking of queues, I'd love to get a general sense of the people in the queue behind you, Olly, as I look to the big screen there. If you could just have a walk around and maybe, hopefully, if someone is willing to talk to you and just give us a little bit of their story, who they are and what this means for them.
Why did you want to be here today?
She's shy.
They've got to vote for their country, they say. The difficulty with talking to people is that they're moving in the queue at the moment. And they want to make sure they cast their ballot. Why did you want to be here this morning? To vote for his country, he says. And that's what you hear from everyone. They're very keen to be here, to cast their ballot, to take part in this democratic exercise. And as I say, people have come from far and wide. People have traveled for hours to get here. Where have you come from today?
Sorry?
Where have you come from today?
From Wellington.
Ah, okay. And why so important to be here?
Because I love my country. Got to make a mark.
You heard it there. She loves her country. She wants to make her mark. And that's what you're hearing from everyone in this queue, really. As I say, 25,000 people or so registered to vote. So this really is a major exercise in logistical terms. There are a lot of officials managing this queue, which, as you see, doesn't just snake all the way around the building. It's now filling up even further as people arrive from all over the UK and beyond. There are a couple of 100,000 South Africans according to the latest numbers, who live in the UK. So you can understand why there's so many people the police here as well want to come out and cast their ballots.
That's fantastic. Olly, thank you so much for bringing us that update. Of course, Olly Barratt is our correspondent in London, where South Africans are set to cast their ballot 18 and 19 May there in the UK.